Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino, pre-market report on this freak show, as usual, of a Wednesday here, August 16, 2023. I'm actually pretty disgusted right now, and you should be as well. And I'm going to tell you why. I know you probably are because of the nonsense, the fakery, the distractions, the lies, and the propaganda. Well, that's just hit a new level here. Let's talk about that. Let's roll the clock back 2 weeks ago when the Federal Reserve vomitous mass, Yellowstone Powell, came out explaining to us, as he does every single FOMC meeting, that the U.S. economy is expanding at a moderate pace. It's expanding at a moderate pace. It's expanding at a moderate pace. Well, we just found out that that was a bold-faced lie. Over the last 2 quarters, the U.S. economy has been contracting. You're trying to tell me, you and I knew this already, okay? But by their own numbers. Now, let's just talk about this. Where's the accountability yet again? You see this thing over there? He knew it. But he comes out and broadcasts yet another lie, a deception, a distraction. Let me ask you, again, how many times have we spoken about where is the accountability? Why is the Federal Reserve even allowed to exist when all they do, again, is lie and propagandize all of us, along with our politicians as well? It's just, we've never been here. We've never seen this before. And go back to the video. The last videos I did last year at the end, I said the theme for this year is going to be more lies, distractions, and deceptions. So here we have an admission that the U.S. economy is in contraction. Okay, we're contracting. We're not growing, as he said, at a moderate pace. But again, no accountability, zero. We just had what? Yellowstone, the other thing, Janet, tell us how because of the Inflation Reduction Act, the economy is going to do great moving forward. Make this stuff up if you try. Now let me play off of that. So we heard from Target. Target is considered a bellwether, okay? Everyone shops there for the most part. So Target slashes its forecast moving forward, citing high prices and a weakening economy. Yes, because that plays right into what is actually going on. Not only is the economy here in the United States contracting, it's contracting around the world. And if you look at economic activity based against GDP, we are contracting at our fastest pace ever. We've never seen anything like this globally. Now, do you think this is a coincidence? This is just it just happened by accident? Absolutely freaking not. This is by design. This is what central banks have put in place from, I don't know a century ago to become the lenders and buyers of last resort. They're killing the economy by design. They're wiping out an entire class of people by design. And you all know that because we've been talking about this for 10 freaking years. For 10 freaking years. Anyway, and we also found out this morning that weekly mortgage demand craters again. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. Rates spiking across the board. Again, what is this doing? It's crushing people under not only the largest debt burdens that they've ever had to carry in history. Okay, we've never seen this before. And it's not just a phenomenon here in the United States. Here in the United States, what did we just find out? 69% of working families are living paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, we're being told by things like Janet Yellen, vomitous mass, that the economy is improving because of the Inflation Reduction Act. We have brain-dead imbecile presidents telling us the same thing. We got Fed presidents telling us the same thing. And Neil Cashin carried yesterday, Lex Luthor telling us the Fed's got to raise rates more. We got to raise rates. So think about what they're doing. Okay, they're raising rates into a cratering economy, and they're trying to tell us that inflation is eventually going to get better. Meanwhile, not only is inflation rising as the economy contracts, we haven't seen anything yet, and all this is doing, honestly, and you know this already, is cutting off the availability of credit to small businesses, which used to be the backbone of the United States and around the world to fulfill the corporate agenda. Where's the uproar? Where's the revolution? Where's the people out here besides you and me calling for accountability? It's nowhere. It's nowhere. And it will remain nowhere. And as I started off this video with, this is why I am sick. Why this stuff really freaking gets to me like you can't possibly believe. Anyway, let's go look over here at the market. Risk in this market remains extremely elevated. I mean, we're not at the peak yet. Over 300, according to the MMRI, the way I set it up, that's extreme risk. We are, I would say, very, very elevated with the MMRI sitting here at 270. We watched a pretty significant sell-off in this market yesterday. The MMRI sitting at almost 270, a little below that, 269 point, wherever I wrote it down, 269 point whatever right now. Okay, whatever. We understand the situation here. This market ain't going to go nowhere, and that's fine. Look, this whole thing needs to end. How do I say this another way? This whole thing needs to end. The distortions in this market, the fakery, the rigging, the deceptions, the lies. I mean, we got to be, the United States must be sincerely the biggest laughing stock of the face of the earth. Not only are we the most indebted nation the world has ever seen, we're getting propagandized by our so-called representatives, or we're the richest country in the world. And we're immune to everything else. You see, the rest of the world is in recession, but we're not, because we're just so good and we're exceptional. Really. Meanwhile, out of their own mouth, we're getting, U.S. economy in contraction. And again, you and I knew this. This is no secret to anybody who follows this blog. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. You want to know what the secret is? I think you know already. We haven't seen anything yet. This whole thing is about to get much, much worse. Okay, so on the back of risk in this market being really not in a good spot here, stock futures are relatively flat, slightly negative across the board. Dollar on a relative strength basis this morning is everything's about flat this morning. 10-year yield's about the same as yesterday. Cryptocurrency is under some pressure this morning. Gold and silver were mixed, but about at the flat line. Crude oil catching a slight bid here, but I still believe there is room to fall. I could be wrong on this, okay? We crossed 84 with regard to crude. We got what appears to be a little bit of a pullback here. If you were to go, let's just talk to, I'm talking to my crude oil bulls out here. If you were to buy right now, I still think you'd be in a good spot moving forward. I'm not saying you'd get, look, let me explain this to you again real quick. When you're looking to buy any asset in this market, if you're in the market or whatever it might be, it's exceedingly difficult to get in at the lowest price or out at the highest price if you're trying to swing trade, day trade. That's just the way it is. If you're looking longer term down the line, you know my take on commodities, people. I'm not going to waver from this. Commodities are definitely the place to be. At least in my opinion, do your own research. Don't take my word for a damn thing. All right? Do your own research on this. Again, debt market meltdown eventually is going to occur. And this spiking that we're seeing right now and this sell-off, you see, people don't understand how it works. Yields rise as bonds are selling off. And that is obviously putting pressure on the stock market. We've seen this since MMRI 250. If this really gets going and we see rates spike in an uncontrolled fashion, which eventually is going to happen, just imagine for a nanosecond what that means for the global equity markets. They're going to sell off in a massive way. Cash bleeding out of the debt market, cash bleeding out of the stock market. It's just going to move. It's going to move, as I've been saying forever now, literally forever. Into commodities, and I also believe into cryptocurrencies as well. I'm not going to waver from that. That's my best case scenario after all the research and all the studying that I have done with regard to this whole thing. But again, please make up your own mind. If you got to hold one asset, what's Greg going to tell you? What's he going to tell you? Silver. Silver remains my most favorite asset of all time based on the Dow gold ratio, gold silver ratio. Look up this stuff, people. A little bit of homework, especially to the people that are new here. Anyway, that's the situation here. No accountability, more lies, more distraction, more propaganda. But again, no revolt. No people saying, where is the accountability besides you and I? It's going to go on and on like this as people are marching themselves into the slaughter. as central banks collectively are laughing their rear ends off at all of us. They are the government. They run the economy. They run the financial system. They run the financial markets. Henceforth, they run the freaking world. You understand? Once you realize that, this whole thing of the reds and the blues and the this is it's all a distraction. It's a deception on an incredible scale that works because it's been used as a weapon against people since forever now, and that's just what they do. Remember, they're your enemy and you're going to hate these people more. No, it's the central banks, period. You know that. All right, people, I'm gonna end this video now. I want to hear from you. Please comment if you got anything out of this video. I do want to hear from you. Please share it. Please get it out there. Those thumbs up, people, are so valuable. Please give me a thumbs up if you think this video was worthwhile. I will see you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time for my live stream. Have some questions ready for me. Let's get through this together. They can't beat us. In my view, because you and I are so acutely aware as to what's going on, we are freaking invincible. We have been taking action for years against this twisted freak show. So how can we lose? All right? I'll see you later.